there are few behaviors that can almost immediately trigger the bad reputation at work. So you want to make sure that you are not doing those behaviors, and let's discuss what are those common mistakes that people do that triggers a bad reputation for them at work. Number one, negative attitude. There are some employees in specific who you can pick and tell that they have problem with every possible thing in the company. They have problem with the performance appraisals, they have problem with their manager, they have problem with their co-worker, they have problem with the sitting arrangement, they have problem with the remote work or in-office work. They somehow have problem with every single thing. So do not be that employee, because though such kind of people think that they are actually smart because they are questioning everything and they feel that they are on top of everything, and they, every time something happens, they point things out. While it is good to give constructive feedback, but these guys come across just purely negative beings, and nobody likes being around them. And especially managers, when it's time to appraise, give a performance appraisal to such kind of people, believe me, we as HRs know these kind of employees are sidelined because of their negative attitude, purely because of their negative attitude. They might be as good as their co-worker who is getting much more hike than them, but this negative attitude doesn't take them anywhere. Point number two, gossiping and spreading rumors. It's a no-brainer that people who indulge into rumors, and you can find some people standing in the corner every time gossiping about something. So management can very well see that, HRs can see that who is doing it. So do not be that person, because you never know if that gossip that you are trying to find joy in is true or not, or what's the full story, you are not yet aware. And if you are spreading something false or which goes against the reputation of the company, you will be held accountable for that, and it can impact your growth so much. Next point, lack of accountability. If you are somebody who just does their own work and then shut shop, go home, and doesn't bother what happened to the work that was given to your team in total, though it is good till the time you are quite junior, that you just finish whatever was assigned to you. But if you want to grow higher in your career, work becomes secondary. Accountability becomes the first thing. I've said this earlier as well, that if a task is given to your team and you make sure that the task as a whole is delivered to the client on time, if there's something missing, you just track it and get the work done by your peers or co-workers or whatever it takes to finish that task as whole, you will come across as the next leader for the team. You will be promoted to the team lead or being a manager very fast. See, everybody's working hard, work is fine, everybody's working, but these little things makes you that highlighted star. So make sure that you do not shy away from accountability. If you do, then it will take you longer than expected to reach the next level in your career. Next on the list is poor listening skills. Now, this might or might not surprise you, but majority of the people have very poor listening skill. People draw conclusions or jump onto the conversation before listening to the full sentence of the narrator, whosoever is talking. Also, such people suffer delivering 100% correct deliverables because they do not listen to the 100% input. So such people experience a really slow growth. Obviously, one, because they are not able to deliver 100% of what was expected out of them. Also, it project a very impatient behavior to the other person, to the manager, management, whoever is trying to evaluate you on something. So make sure that you develop a habit of listening well before you open your mouth and speak on something. Next on the list is disrespectful behavior. Nobody likes it. It always gets noticed. And what's funny enough is that these people who fall into this category of being disrespectful towards other, they feel that they are doing something cool. In reality, nobody likes being around them, and when there are surveys done, ratings are taken, it always shows that nobody likes you. So do not do that. Even if you are talking to somebody who is way junior than to you, or maybe you are just speaking to a janitor, maybe you are speaking to a cleaning staff, show some respect, because every action that you're doing in your professional environment is being judged, evaluated. Sooner or later it will impact you. And believe it or not, people who scale to the levels of management most of the time exhibit so much respectful behavior. Doesn't matter to whom they are talking, they are always respectful, they mind their language, their words, and they make sure that they do not hurt anybody's feeling when they are talking to their co-workers or somebody else. Next on the list is failing to follow company's policies. Now, companies might have a lot of policies. Some make sense to you, some do not make sense to you, but whatever the case may be, if the policy is there, make sure you follow them. A lot of young professionals, when they join the IT industry specifically, I've seen this happening, that they fail to understand the importance of office equipment, like the laptop is given to them or anything other given to them. They misuse those properties, they take the policies lightly, and the next thing that happens is they get fired. So do not do that. Policies are there for a reason, whether you like it or you do not like it. If there is a policy in the company, first make sure that you are well versed with all the policies in the company, and second, that you make sure that you abide by them. Most of the time people casually break the policies, break the rules, and when they realize that it's a big deal for the company, they make excuses like, I never knew it was such a big deal. It's written in the policy, you should take it as a big deal. So if you are continuously failing on following the company's policies in something or other, maybe there's a reimbursement policy in the company for lunch, team lunch or whatever, like 2 lunch in a month, team lunch are reimbursed, and you misuse that for whatever reason, so sooner or later company will figure that out. If you are producing fake bills for something, then it does not matter how your performance is, how your behavior is, because you failed to follow company's policy and you did not behave with integrity, then that will impact your stay in the company big time. As we understood how important it is to follow the policies that company has designed for employees, now it is equally important for you to follow your own commitment. Now, this, guys, happens a lot, that employees overcommit things continuously for so many things, and then they fail to fulfill those commitments. Number one, know yourself and your limits very well. If you are not sure whether you will be able to do it or not, do not just for the sake of bragging or taking the limelight, do not overcommit, because it will come and bite you in future for sure, and then it will harm you more than doing good for you, to give you that highlight that you said yes for that work and you said, I'll be able to complete it in just 2 days, while everybody knew that the task is going to take somewhere around 7 days or maybe longer than that. Never overcommit, because if you fail to keep your commitment continuously, like for number of times, you will be then just seen as somebody who just say things and never do things. So you do not want to do that. And the final point on the list is being unprofessional. Now, a lot can come under being unprofessional. It can be the way you dress. Here I'm not saying that you have to always wear formals to be professional. No, there is something that you already know. Somehow, somewhere, we all know what is work appropriate and what is not. So do not wear something which is not appropriate for work, and do not talk in a way which is not appropriate. Maybe you always bring your personal conversations in a business environment. Do not do that. If you are not feeling great in your personal life, something has happened, and you are trying to gain sympathy from every possible coworker, you are going to each and every known person in the company and sharing your story, that does not look nice. It has its own negatives. You can watch this video. I've done a dedicated video around this topic. So apart from hurting you, your own growth, it doesn't come across as a very professional behavior. Also, if you take things very lightly, like you used to behave in your college campus, similarly you're roaming around in your office as well, not knowing what to do and passing a remark which is not very well received by the co-workers. So try to avoid all of this and make sure that you're always behaving professional, because this is not your personal space. When you go to work, when you are in work teams, that's not your personal space. Try to keep your personal and professional life separate and draw those boundaries, else you'll mix both the two together, and that will not bring the best results for you. So here is a quick summary to what all we discussed. I hope you found this session helpful. If you still have some queries around this topic, you can leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.